Hey there guys, I hope you all are having a great Sunday. Well, here's one we haven't seen for a while. I think it's been about 2 weeks. So let's jump into it and see what kind of word salad is coming out today.
Fine, but you don't see me as much, so that means that my peace is being disturbed. That means that what is going on here is not what I would welcome into my life if this were my place. And so if you can't vibe with what's going on, the other option is to go ahead and depart. And so I am thinking very seriously about, well, there's a pretty nice break in the weather right now, and maybe I should take my chances to save my mental status and peace of mind and the family future so that I don't actually speak.
So, if you guys remember, when I first started posting her, a couple months back, when she got back to her daughter's house, I had said she does this every winter. She comes and stays at her daughter's. Last winter, she stayed in an old, mobile home, okay? And soon as the weather broke, boom, she was out of there. She was getting donations and stuff to fix up a minivan. And when she put her phone in her pocket and went over into the house, got into an argument with her daughter, okay? And then wanted to say she didn't know that she was live. And her daughter had told her she had to leave. Her daughter didn't tell her she had to leave. We were on there listening. She was live, okay? She rolled out and left the van and everyone went hitchhiking down the road. And I had said a few months back when she got back to her daughter's, and she said, oh, I have this van, I'm going to get it on the road and all these things. And I said, as soon as it's not cold and when she's ready to go, she's going to go and leave that van behind. So she wanted donations to get her van fixed up and all. Is the van fixed up and on the road and ready to go? No. Is she ready to go? Yeah. Here we go. Now she's going to want to go live all the time to get them donations back up. I already said this was coming. And once again, she's going to blame it on the daughter and the house and all the things going on, and she just doesn't fit in.
More harshly about how I feel, and this is not my choice, this is other people's choice, and I did have the chance to make my own choices once upon a time, and so I think that it's best to let others make theirs as long as it's not harmful to everybody. And it seems acceptable that, chaos is just somebody that doesn't have enough of it, so they can't see it coming if they make a certain choice. I mean, they could have made the choice without including the chaos part in the beginning of it. And
what in the holy fuck is she even saying? She doesn't even make sense. Okay, what she's wants to say is she's tired of sitting around and she wants to roll the fuck out, and she doesn't know how to say it and get donations to do it. So she's going to try to make it look like it's somebody else's fault, and now she's going to need some donations to roll out.
I've been there. I did it. I was once in my 20s and a hot ball of fire too. But hi, Jamie. Oh, you have a fabulous day too. Yeah, I'm just kind of on here saying how I actually really literally feel about just sitting here this long. And this is not people that need me. This is people that need somebody that will do it their way and have no opinion. And it's true that they should get to have the life that they build in their way, and that is fabulous. I just want that same thing. Here is a lot more of everybody is about the same age groups, and they're still going through the part of the lessons that I learned, and I don't want to go back to. So yeah, I do think that to save my peace, I might be hitting the road again soon. I wish it was in a van, but I have been here for about, since September, that equals 5 or 6 months now, so that's probably long enough in one spot. I wish everybody would have came in that I invited. I hope everyone's having a good day. It turned out to be a beautiful sunny day to be outside today. See, beautiful blue sky and the sun. So I'm just kind of sitting here enjoying it. There's a lot less chaos outside. I don't know. I think just in my older, kind of more matured life, I like to have that bit of silence in the air sometimes, and the ability to calm down whenever I feel like things are too much or too overloaded. To decide whenever enough has been enough and just check out. I do love my family, but living with your adult kids, raising their kids, it's a lot. It was raining here all night, and this morning it was majorly cloudy, but I spent some time outside and it's gotten bluer. I was working on fixing the fence over here so we can try to get the guineas a bigger pen to enjoy the sunlight. I should probably get back to that, but I was taking a chance to just come live for a minute. Everybody else is inside, and my daughter and her boyfriend took off to go to the store to get groceries. My son is inside with my daughter's friend, but his new girlfriend. It's just a lot. I mean, I remember being in my 20s and doing all of the things, but I also remember it well enough to know I don't want to. Nah. Nah. I had my sweatshirt off for a moment, but it's still pretty chilly out. It's 2:22 on my time. Yeah, my mom moved in with us for a little while whenever my kids were really little. And we got her a camper outside. Like, I live in the van outside, but it is a van, so most cooking and all of that goes on inside, especially since I ran out of propane after the winter snap. Cooking, bathroom, showers, all that's right inside. I'm not too far. It's just the driveway in between me. And it's just... Still, you go inside, and there's a lot more going on today than there was whenever I first got here. And I've been here so long that they've been taking care of everything. Although I have been an on-call grandma anytime they need to go anywhere. And I clean because that's just who I am. Still, anyway, I've been here for quite a while. Maybe it would make more sense for me to head out and just pack up a backpack. Hi, Miss Bonnie. Long time no see. Yeah. Yep, I'm definitely thinking about taking off. Yeah, I haven't been on for a little while. Every once in a while I pop on. I just don't make it a regular habit anymore. Whenever I ran across profiles of me doing my videos, my lives, like recording my lives, then it was like, so other people are able to make money that would fix my van if anybody just donated to me instead of these spoof profiles. And the only way to stop them is not to give them my content. It's good to see you too. But I'm probably leaving without the van. I'm probably leaving with a bag again. That's so sad. If anybody wants to donate, maybe I could get this thing on the road. But right now, I've been here since the end of September, so that's like 5-6 months now. And I'm not gonna just. Oh my goodness, there's so much going on in the world, and here it's just stuff caused by themselves, like or I'm just one too many. I have definitely been here longer than I should be, and nobody owes me to just be the ones that take care of me forever. And yet in trade, I have to have no say of my own and do everything their way. That's not a life for me. That's a life devoted to somebody else. And I devoted my life already to them. Everybody's an adult now, making their own choices. And I don't care for a lot of some of it. Like, I wish I could teach everyone to have more of a value in yourself, that you can finish up one thing before creating the next thing, or to get to know people before just jumping. And it impacts more than just you when you're a parent. And when there's an entire family already involved, that choices make impacts on everybody that's surrounding you. Well, I'm guessing south so I can let it warm up a little bit more. I would like to head back down home is what I'm thinking. Back down to where I was raised. I have a few things I need to check up on there, like nobody's called me yet. My grandparents passed 10 years ago and the trust was mine. So I guess I better go find out where that went. Yeah. I'll have to go and prove who I am, but that's okay. I've got all my information. It shouldn't be too hard. Maybe then I can just pick up the money to get a new van and not have to work on it. Girl, you didn't even listen whenever I spent 3 months on a mountaintop in the desert. I don't always get hotels. I get hotels whenever it's raining too much or if it's snowing or I'm in a dangerous area. People do make sure that at least I'm not going to be in danger. Yeah.
People make sure she's not going to be in danger. Why would you enter a dangerous area if you know you have to sleep outside? Why would you put yourself there? You don't put yourself there and then ask for donations for a hotel room because you're in a bad area. That's not how it works. When you decide to travel across the United States hitchhiking with a dog, you make sure you have the means and the way to do it, or you don't go do it. You don't just start walking down the road and go live and ask for help. That's not how it works.
Yeah. I didn't get housed up and hoteled in a new van or something donated like many others I have seen. Yeah, I've gotten in. Do you remember whenever I had to jump out of that truck at the food bank? And the guy was being all creepy and he was hurting his dog and he wouldn't tell me where we're going, but he would just take off. Yeah, that time. So there's a few things that have gone wrong on the path, but they ended up okay. I ended up safe each and every time. Yeah. Yeah. You would think that the family that says that they love you or that they're your family wouldn't let you go through this when they know they're holding that they're the executor of the trust and will. So I guess I'm going to have to go down there to the courthouse because I know they didn't wait 10 years to get theirs out, which means that it has to already be filed. Yes, that was the guy with the anger issues. Yeah. And he was sleeping in his truck, but he would pull up in these obscure places where I would go camp out in the woods or along the railing of a like a cliff or a ridge. Yeah. And then he would be poking around at nighttime. Yep. But he did turn around whenever I left my bank card on top of a mountain. He did turn around and go get that bank card for me. So, I mean, some positives and some negatives. Yeah, they're also jealous. A lot of people are jealous, and if they don't get what you get, then you don't deserve what you were left, even though it was never theirs. But not all of them got a time capsule that opened up in the year 2000 to tell them what was going on, to give them the clues of the journey like those of us in my generation did. But it was written about in the Bible too, where you have to trim those vines that are like that. It would harm the true vine of the family. And so you're here to rebuild your family, and not all will go there. Not all will be welcome. Oh, I'm from Texas. I think last night they got bombarded with a bunch of tornadoes, if I'm correct. Storms and tornadoes and things. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I've been planning it for a minute. There are two towns in Texas, and I think I'm going to go back to my hometown, my mom's town first, and make sure that I at least get myself on the record before it's all closed out. I was really hoping to drive there, with the van, but apparently I may not be doing that. Maybe we can get me a bus ticket. But then Texas cops are not jokes about panhandling and stuff right now, so I'm going to have to not do most of that. Let's see, who said hi, Tracy? Thank you for the heart me. Hi, Nita. I have an aunt that's Aunt Anita. Nope. No, absolutely not. They would rather not see me in the safe space. No, the van would be me leaving in a safe space. So if they wanted to see me safe, then they would help donate to the van. I see it the other way. People would like to see me still live, and so I get like, I think Ashley helped with $20. I get help here and there. Since I've been here, for almost 6 months now, I've received under $300 in help for food, propane, any of it, dog food, all of it. And so there's not really much room to work on getting the van progressed when that's really not even enough to live for 6 months. It needs a driver's seat and tags. What do you want to do to it, Bonnie? I mean, I'm down. If you're helping me, I'm down. But to get on the road, it needs a driver's seat and tags. Yeah. Maybe insurance for the tags. I mean, I'm going to have insurance, but it doesn't need a lot of work. The van runs, it drives, it just can't go anywhere because it has no tags, and getting caught with that stops the plan for even longer. Yeah, it hasn't, but it's a mechanic that is here that I'm staying with that got it set up. And he's certified and everything. He works for a living doing it. Yeah. Yeah, they did, to fix all the lights from the mice chewing through the wires. Yeah, they had to take all that apart. Ooh, man, I just got my necklace tangled up. Yeah, they took it apart to do that, but they put it back up under here. Everything is bundled into the wire groups. Yeah, it just needs a driver's seat and tags. The dashboard is this right here, just has a panel that goes back over it. See, it's bundled wires. They're bundled to find where the brakes in them were to chase them down underneath the van to go to the back. Hi, Miss Rita. Yeah, they had to, when they were in here, see, there's a test light right here. Oh, no, not the ribbon. There's a test light right here. So to test which wire wasn't working for the back, which one had gotten eaten through, they had to pull the bundles down to be able to poke this end in. And this end has a clip on it. And the clip connects to your ground. So a bolt that's under here or the framework, so that they could test and see which one had to be fixed. Yes, Miss Rita is on. Miss Rita is that's where she told me she was going. Hello, Cece. Yeah, I want to head out there too on my way down to Texas. I think I'm going to stop on my way to Texas, go through Arkansas and Tennessee on my way in. So if y'all see me hitchhiking, please pick me up. I've been here since late September. Miss Rita, I was telling them that I've been here since late September, and that's way too long to be here, and all this, everybody living life, and it's pretty chaotic. So it's not great to my peace and my mental status for this long. And also, I don't want to cause a quake between me and my family because they're young and making choices that I made once upon a time, and they have a community, and It's their turn to get to live life and make the choices how they see fit. So I am about to pack up a bag and take off again and not wait for this van. Yeah, before it ruins my family's relationship, I will definitely take off in a bag. Look, I hit my head when I was wiring that fence together. I need to go finish it so that we can put the guineas over there. It's beautiful days right now, so we should have a big outdoor area for them to get in. Yes, I was trying to get you two to talk. Well, the junkyard that they went to, the driver's seat would have been $45, but the only one that they had was all torn up too, so they didn't get it. So I'm guessing that the other junkyard is going to be a comparable price to that. Yeah, I don't know. It just, I'm not going to sit here any longer. I need to go ahead and head over to my family. It's been 10 years, and if it hasn't been resolved by now, that means that there's some foolery going on. I don't know. Maybe once I leave the house, then everybody will understand I'm pretty serious, and I can get a bus ticket. Yeah, I don't know if it's much of a plan except to not to be stressful on the family here. And they're all helping each other, and that's probably enough stress as it is. I've been here for quite a while this time, and I don't usually stay for that long at one time. I like to be able to come back in and just make checkups. Is that it? Meet in the middle. There's a song about that, guys. Oh, my back is like not liking sitting on the floor of this van. Yeah, you'll just have to pick a day to meet in the middle. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is up. The kids are all good, and they're just adding to the family. My son now has a girlfriend, and she's got some kids, and it's a beautiful thing and a very chaotic, lovely, beautiful mess. This road usually doesn't have this much traffic, and they're all real nice looking cars too. Yeah. Man, I don't know about putting Bella back on that. Not on the bus, but once we get there, there's no place to stay either. So we're gonna be there just kind of on the road, even if that's where I grew up. I wasn't the popular kid in school. I know it's hard to believe. I was the one that gathered all the kids that were not the popular kids and put them together. Girl, if we could start raising money, I would have eaten more than a potato with a cut up onion on it. So, I would be eating food. I would be eating more than once a day without feeling guilty that I'm holding everybody down.
You know what my question is? How has she been getting by? How has she been surviving? What has she been doing for money, for food, for whatever she's needed? Dog food. She's hardly been going live. I think she only went live 2 times in the month of January. Who's been buying her food? Who's been buying her dog food? Who's been paying her phone bill? The question is, was she always getting money and no one knew? Because she tells everyone she doesn't get benefits. She doesn't get a check. She couldn't get disability. So what, her daughter's just been carrying her for months since she's been there? And now all of a sudden her daughter's got all this chaotic bullshit and she just can't stand to be around it? I don't think so. I think her daughter may have helped with food or whatever. She could come in and eat, get water. The daughter has animals, so maybe the dog could have ate. But as you know, Tracey's a vegetarian. Okay, so that would mean separate meals would have to be cooked for her. Special food would have to be bought for her. And you know, the dog just can't eat any dog food. She has to, she's used to high dollar, good dog food, $20 for 3 pounds of dog food, she said. That's what she buys her. So I'm really wondering, has she been getting benefits, disability, or some form of income all this time and no one even knew? Because, that was her big thing. She needed help. She was going to go and hitchhike across the United States and find these people and help them. People like her that, were turned down from disability and couldn't get benefits. She's had all these back surgeries and, can't work and all these things, but she can hitchhike with a 50-pound backpack on her back with a dog and sleep outside on the ground. I think things are some questions are really coming about now because you haven't been relying on TikTok for money for months. Where's the money been coming from?
Because that's what I've been doing here safe for this long, is trying not to be a burden. I'm down to 130 pounds now, though, so that's great. What y'all see as safe is just an illusion that makes somebody else feel better.
Then why did she go back there? I mean, she claimed she was going back there because her shoulder was hurt and they needed to watch the dog. She never even did anything about her shoulder. She claimed she went to a doctor or an emergency room, but that was all. And then all of a sudden, after a few days, she was all better. She wore a sling for a couple days and she was all better. Why didn't she leave months ago? If she didn't want to be there. She knew what it was like there when she was there before, last winter. It's like she hitchhikes all spring, summer, and fall, and as soon as the weather starts getting bad, she comes running back. And then wants to bolt again. Well, if that's what you want to do, don't blame it on your daughter. Just go. Say that's what you want to do. But see, I think, and I'm going to assume, that she uses the story about her daughter and her mental health and can't be there, and the daughter just won't take her advice or her, ideas or whatever, as a way for people to feel sorry for her and donate money for her to get back out on the road. That dog is it's like 10 or 12 years old, 9 years old, something like that. That dog deserves to rest and be a house dog and not traipsing across the United States, jumping in and out of fucking cars and hitchhiking down highways with signs.
This is shelter. This is a place, but it's not a welcome place.
Not a welcome place. Her daughter drove hours to come and pick her up at the bus station. Do you guys remember? Not a welcome place, but pulled up in the yard and there was a van, her new home. Got a van all, almost all the way fixed up for her. Not a welcome place, but had a place to come in and eat, shower, use the Wi-Fi. Her daughter had been paying her phone bill. Do you guys remember? Months back when she was out on the road, her daughter was paying her bill for her every month. Oh, I had to call my daughter to put some more money on my phone. Not a welcome place. Ungrateful. Why is it that all these homeless people that live in their cars, that ask for donations on TikTok, are so entitled and ungrateful? Why is it?
This is a place dealing with their own life and how they do things. It's not that I'm here because they want to help me. I can be helpful. And I have felt so abandoned by even all of the people that said they were my friends, and that I have no want to even be on here either. That somebody would think this is better for me, even after getting to know me. Then they wanted to kill my soul. That's what Here a Box is. Go fit in someone else's box. It'll be good for you. You're safe there. Go do that. It's only killing the inside of you. All we're here to do is keep the outside of you alive. The inside of you doesn't matter. It never mattered. Nobody's listening. Nobody's hearing. I had such hopes whenever I first got here and we pulled up and the van was pulled out here and the whole family worked on it we're gonna help you get it on the road. I thought that somebody cared. But, if I offer advice or suggestions here, it's slapped down because somebody else knows better. because my opinion is not valued. And this is a place where I am not appreciated. But I can see where people would want to throw me here thinking this is the best place for me. But if a strong-willed person raises children, let me tell you, those children are going to be just as strong-willed. And when they make a community, they have a community input. And they go with that community input a lot. Even if it's the same thing that I said, it has to be from someone else before it is adhered. And so it is best that they grow that way. And it is best that they don't have to feel like I'm their burden. Because that makes me in return feel like I am the burden. And I'd rather just not, guys. I don't want to be the fiddle player in somebody else's story. This is the only time in my life that I have not had children or responsibilities holding me there to, feel like I'm anchored. And I don't want to keep doing the same life that I once already lived, I once already graduated from. I'm now grandma and not mom. And this is their life and their way of life. And I may not know what mine is exactly, but I do know exactly what it is not. Yeah, right. I raised my children. And they've got good, strong heads on their shoulder. They're going to make it. They're going to do it. But it's still fast-paced. Oh, pardon me. I'm all snotty and crying now. It's such a fast pace towards taking care of the family, taking care of the children, starting the homestead, where you grow your plants and you raise your chickens and having everybody their chores and things to do. It's quite a system to adhere to. And I would like to just find a place where my voice also counts. And this is not it. I mean, at one time it did, but when you're the parent, that's the last voice they want to hear later, It's better to come from anybody else. And that's okay, because there were also plenty of people out there, as I've met along the way in my travels, that didn't get that parent and that appreciate whenever I give this advice or talk to them in their hard times. And that's okay if sometimes I have to take care of someone else's children and they have to be the advice for mine, now that we're older and learning different ways and processes of dealing with situations. There's always more than one way to look at a situation. There's reflections of things. And to be able to open up your mind to see so many points of view is to know that they're growing from the choices that they make today, and that I don't need to make those choices for them. They're perfectly capable of it. And I just like life more peaceful, slower. After I got off of my medicine and having 12 years of being disabled and having my spine worked on, and I just found a slower pace actually works for my body, to be able to meditate and process all the things going on. Here it is. Process the things going on in life. Then that helped me internally and externally. Yeah, I wasn't so reactive. Oops. And these are the things that my children also have to grow through their adulthood to learn as well. And I don't know. On with the journey. Bonnie, I know you and Miss Rita have been here forever and love me. And I don't know if you can see it in me when my soul is being torn apart. But this is it. This is when I pull back and I'm not on the videos, when I don't feel like me, when I'm just going through these mundane motions of repetitive daily life in someone else's life, not even my own. And mine is at a complete standstill, as if I have no other purpose in life other than raising the children I did. I know that they'll circle back, Miss Rita, I do. It happens, it always happens, but first you have to find out life itself before you find out the most important parts of it. Nobody's being mean, it's not anything negative. It's just daily life, raising families and having all the things going on, and that I've been here so long that I have no way away from here to like try to do anything else. I'm just kind of stuck on this property for 6 months, and that is not good for anybody's mental health at all. To be just stuck in a place for that long is not good for your.
So I guess when people buy homes and they're in their home or a homestead or a house trailer, an RV, whatever, and they live in them more than 6 months, it's not good for their mental health. What in the fuck is I don't know what book that she was raised by.
Mental health. Well, I think I'm going to jump off of here soon and go get this fence finished being twisted up so that we can get those guineas in there. Yes, exactly, Miss Rita. But if you hadn't been able to do it your way, would you have learned the lesson like that? Not many people learn that, the life lessons, by watching others do it. You actually have to get that impact of the smack on your hand, or that congratulations and pat on your back, by, to know what the experience feels like yourself. This is the same thing that happened last year. It happens every year. It just, you can't force things to fit and work whenever it's not that time for it.
See? Didn't I say that? She does this every year.
Yeah, and I know that I am a pretty strong standalone creature, and and that I can be quite vocal about these choices. So I have been trying not to do that here, because the impact years ago where I seen these things happening, it was just like, no, I'm not doing that to my daughter. And then like last year we got out here and I refused to fight. I refused to argue, and I was on live and all the arguing was coming at me, and I'm like, nope, and I just packed a bag and left. I don't want it to come down to that again. I would rather just know that I have had this long of help, and if the van didn't come together, so be it. Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather save my family for the future than to sit here trying to hold on to a materialistic item. Yep. I guess we know how much I care about all the material things. It's been proof positive over the past 3 years, guys. Yeah. And there are lots of things I need to say about what's going on out there in the world today without including proximity. Yeah, I need to be standing up and screaming about some bad things. And yeah, I have to respect the wishes of those who live here, that they would rather that not be drawn back here. Yep. Not perfect. But I have a feeling that if I'm going to try to get up on these ballots, I'm going to have to figure out how to get it together so that I can have the money to enter. Nobody can vote for me if I don't get on a ballot. All right. Well, I've been on here long enough. I'm going to go inside and check on the kids. The parents are still at the store, but my son's in there with them. What are we doing? I don't know. I'm fixing a fence and apparently being a on-call live-in nanny babysitter, and that's perfectly fine. So I'm going to get off of here and go do this daily life where everybody wants me because you said being on a ballot. Yeah, I'm one of the most integral people that I know. Yeah, we got to do something about it to fix this future for our grandkids. Jessica. Huh. Oh, I'm okay. I'm just making plans for the future about leaving here, leaving my daughters. And I was talking to everybody about just packing a bag and taking off. And just saying whatever to the van. Maybe I can make enough while I'm gone to be able to come back and fix it. Oh, yeah, since I've been here at my daughter's, I've just kind of been having to do grandma things and be on call and, you know, daily life stuff. Yeah, I think it's for the best to let them be able to make their choices in life as well without me pulling them down. Yeah, I can feel the difference in my weight right now, so I need to get back on the road. My daughter cooks things all the time. I'm a vegetarian though, so I don't eat all the things. And I try not to eat a lot here because I don't want to be too much of a burden. So I usually eat lunchtime and try not to eat the rest of the time. And so I've been trying to do that for about 5 months now. If anybody would like to donate, please do donate. I could use some hope right now, and that would be great. But I'm definitely going to be heading down to Texas. I don't understand, Miss Rita. Been there. Yeah. Yeah, ever since I got here, it's not been looking up, though. I mean, I thought I would get here, and once I got here, they showed me the van, so I had hope that I would be safe whenever I took off this time. But, even everybody on the internet, I've gotten just a few donations, from, I think, 4 different people in the past 6 months. And so I've lived on $300, about $300 in the past 6 months. That's not enough to work on the van. That's barely enough to just get food and, dog food and stuff like that. Although my daughter is helping with things like that as well when I don't have it, which is just more burden on them. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like myself a lot more whenever I'm on the road or just in my own environment with my own energy. Right, yeah, it's not even that. They have their own type of opinions, and it's their life. They should get to make these choices and stuff without being impacted by someone that they don't want to take advice from. Yeah, let me think of the correct way to say this. No, no. I can't even watch that stupid shit. I mean, excuse me. Brain batter. I can't. I'm not even interested in watching it. Why would I do it? I'm not doing it. Uh, I flipped through it, and most of the ladies are like doing this eye candy thing because it's quick battles, and so I don't know. Yeah, I could make myself a mush brain and float right along with the rest of them. I can't. I just can't. I can't. This is who I am. I'm just spiritually motivated. I take a look at everybody else in their position. I see where I was at one time in relationship to where they are at this point in time. I see the tests and I know the tests. No, I'm sorry. I just can't. Even if it's for I mean, do you know how many things that I could do for the benefit of my pocket and yet I can't? Do you know what I mean? Like, I lived on the road homeless. What is a known thing that would be stereotyped on homeless ladies living alone? Tell me again. What would be something that would be stereotyped on a homeless woman living alone? What would she be doing to make ends meet? But was I? No. Why not? It was an option. It's not an option that's for me, though. So we each have some of these options. Yep, that's a great blessing for him. Yeah, that's a wonderful blessing for him. If that's where he thinks that he should be. However, I don't have to make my choices by him. I'm not going to make my choices by him and how he does life. Matter of fact, I didn't make my choices by anybody else and how they do their life. I made my choices by what was in the path in front of me and what I had best available to me. Yeah, we all get to make choices. We all get to make these determinations. I am well on my way. I was well on my way to becoming a very good spiritual teacher on my journey. And then I got dropped off here. And this is where, yeah, I guess I was supposed to end up. It just fade away into the background. I guess, to support other people's lives and get them to carry forward as I have done the rest of my life, before this. Now, here's the problem. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't like their choices. They're stupid. If I had an advisor standing next to me that already made stupid choices and was going, hey, I did that once and it turned out so stupid. You know what I didn't try? And maybe I would give that a try, but that's not how this works. Bella's doing good. She's getting kind of chunky. She gets all you can eat. Even if I run out of dog food, they've got dogs, and my daughter won't let her go hungry. She wouldn't let me go hungry if she knew that I wasn't eating. Life is hard sometimes, and I find this to be way more difficult than whenever I was just in the minivan. Yeah, I really wanted a van so that whenever, I just wanted any kind of vehicle, car, wheels. That way Bella wasn't out there with me and I didn't have some kind of shelter to keep her safe in. Because there are quite a few times where I go in places and they don't want you to bring your dog in, or they have an issue with it. I got visited by a kitty cat. Hello, Nunu. Yeah. Well, on the road even, yeah, I guess having a tent gives me space, but it also puts me in danger. Kitty, stop this. That is insane doing that. What are you doing? But the tent kind of brings a beacon to where you are if you leave it up in an area. But the tent kind of brings a beacon to where you are if you leave it up in an area and try to... I just dropped the whole phone down to the ground. This kitty is rubbing all over me. But, just not having... I have the van for space. But it's not even that. I have no way to get out of here. Look, here's where I live. Where my daughter lives, not me. Dang chickens. These roosters are getting ridiculous. They keep jumping on a line on the same hen. All right. There's nothing. There's one neighbor for the next 7 miles. Either way, any way you go. There's no way to get anywhere unless I get a ride with someone. But I'm the one watching the kids, and so I'm the one left behind. Yeah, me too. Me too. I was so excited about it. And then every 2 months, when they first had the van thing, they're like, there's not that much wrong with it left for it, and we're going to help you get it on the road. We promise we're going to help you get it on the road. And then whenever 2 months went by and I brought it up again, that's whenever Christmas happened. So they got a battery for it. And they said, Merry Christmas, we got you a battery. And then it's just been 6 months now. And it's like every 2 months they throw one little thing at it. And yet I'm at least maybe 5 times a week watching the kids, and I'm good with it. I love the grandkids and stuff, but I'm helping and I'm holding up the part that I had signed up for. But 6 months of servitude is not. I'm just not.
6 months of servitude. Hold on, wait a minute. So, let me get this right. If she does in fact not have any benefits or income coming in, and she's not been on here asking for donations unless going live, unless she's been doing it on the back end, because she's only been going live 2 to 3 times a month, okay? Then who the fuck has been supporting her and her dog? So whatever servitude she's been doing would be like in return for them basically supporting her for the past 6 months. Wouldn't you think?
Peekaboo, have they been doing it for 10 years? But I have. Yeah, we don't all use tents, and you can't use a tent in every area. But if you have access to a tent, it does make it awesome if you can find an outlying spot. So just because we don't all have, I mean, I did whenever it was snowing last year on the ground still. It was nice to have a tent to be in, because otherwise your sleeping bag ends up soaking wet. I'm not sure how they do it in the snow without anything.
She's gonna be itching for a new tent.
And my son's ex-Nova. And sometimes your tent, the zipper breaks. Like, I'm glad I had a tent whenever I ended up in California, because there was a great place there to be able to set up a tent and be able to stay there. But if I hadn't had one, all I would have on me is a tarp. And to live under a tarp in all the mosquitoes and stuff is also torture. And so it's nice whenever you can have a tent and pop it up. It's even nicer when you can have a van and just close the door. I wouldn't prefer this way. I really wouldn't. I would live in a box, but not where I have to forego being myself in order to be there. Sounds like everybody's got their four-wheelers and side-by-sides riding up and down these dirt roads. It's a beautiful day. It did not start off that way, guys. It started off with all those storms from down south coming up here. All right, well, I'm going to get off here and go run inside. If anybody would like to help make a donation, I could definitely use it. If you touch my picture and go to my bio, the information is there in my bio. I love you. Thank you for coming in. I'm glad to see everybody. I miss you, Rita and Bonnie, and everybody that's come in and said hi to me. I just want y'all to know my real feelings on staying around is that it's time to go. It's at least time to go. I was blessed to have a place during the freeze and all of that. But, and I know that everybody's still calling this a false spring. But I would definitely like to not be dealing with everyone else's stress and go back to dealing with my own, how do I deal with me? I can't, I was raised by my parents, and I was like, well, I'm never going to treat my kids that way. And so I went on to recraft a way to raise my own children. And so my own children have grown up and they're like, oh, well, I didn't like that. So I'm going to recreate a way to raise my own children. And they have every beautiful, nurturing, natural right to do so. I love you guys. You still have blackberries? All right, I'm going to talk to you later. I hear the kids coming out right now, so I'm going to go ahead and take this leave. Love you guys. I'll see you later. See you later. I hear the kids coming out right now, so I'm going to go ahead and take this leave. Love you guys.
All right, guys. You have a good night. I think we'll be seeing a lot more of Miss Tracy here in the next couple days. I'll catch you on the next one.
I'll see you later.